In the land of Uz, there lived a man named Job, a figure of immense piety and integrity, renowned for his unwavering faith in God. Job was blessed with great wealth, a loving family, and respect among his community. He had 7 sons and 3 daughters, and owned vast flocks of sheep, camels, oxen, and donkeys, making him one of the wealthiest individuals in the East. Despite his riches, Job's life was marked not by pride or arrogance, but by humility and devout worship. He continually sought to live in a manner pleasing to God, offering sacrifices regularly, not only for himself, but for his family, fearing they might have sinned and cursed God in their hearts. One day, in the heavenly court, God boasted to Satan about Job's unparalleled faithfulness. Satan, the accuser, argued that Job's piety was a product of his prosperity and protection by God. But stretch out your hand and strike everything he has, and he will surely curse you to your face, Satan challenged. God allowed Satan to test this claim, with one condition: Job's person must not be harmed. In a series of devastating blows, Job lost all his livestock, servants, and all his children, as they were feasting in their eldest brother's house, when a great wind struck and collapsed the house upon them. Job, struck by immense sorrow, tore his robe and shaved his head, yet he fell to the ground in worship. Naked I came from my mother's womb, and naked I will depart. The Lord gave, and the Lord has taken away. May the name of the Lord be praised, he uttered, not sinning or charging God with wrongdoing. Satan returned to God, insisting that if Job were attacked in his flesh, he would surely curse God. God permitted Satan to afflict Job's body, only sparing his life. Job was then struck with painful sores from head to toe. His wife, seeing his misery, urged him to curse God and die. But Job rebuked her, saying, "Shall we accept good from God, and not trouble?" 3 friends, Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar, came to comfort Job. For 7 days and nights, they sat with him in silence, seeing his great suffering. As they conversed, each friend offered his perspective on Job's afflictions, often suggesting that his suffering was a punishment for sin. Job, however, maintained his innocence and his faith in God's justice, though he lamented his misfortune and wished for death as a release from his agony. Eliphaz spoke first, suggesting that those who sow trouble reap it. Bildad contended that God does not reject a blameless man. Zophar argued that Job must repent for some hidden sin. Throughout their discourse, Job defended his integrity, expressing his frustration and confusion over his unexplained suffering, yet he did not turn against God. As the debates intensified, a younger man named Elihu became angered by the 3 friends' inability to answer Job adequately and by Job's self-justification rather than glorifying God. Elihu emphasized God's justice and argued that suffering might be God's means to preserve the righteous from greater evils or to discipline and purify them. Finally, God spoke out of a whirlwind, not to explain the reason for Job's suffering, but to question Job, highlighting the vastness of his creation and his knowledge beyond human understanding. "Where were you when I laid the earth's foundation? Have you ever given orders to the morning or shown the dawn its place?" Job, humbled and awestruck by the magnitude of God's wisdom and power, repented for his questions and doubts, acknowledging that he spoke of things he did not understand. God then rebuked Eliphaz, Bildad, and Zophar for not speaking what was right about him, as Job had. He commanded them to offer burnt offerings and said that Job would pray for them, and he would accept Job's prayer not to deal with them according to their folly. Following this divine intervention, Job's fortunes were restored twofold. He received double the number of sheep, camels, oxen, and donkeys he had before. His brothers, sisters, and former acquaintances came to feast in his house, consoling and comforting him for all the evil that the Lord had brought upon him. Each of them gave Job a piece of silver and a gold ring. Moreover, Job was blessed with another 10 children, 7 sons, and 3 daughters. In the ancient context, this restoration of family, health, and wealth was seen as a sign of divine favor and blessing. Job's daughters were noted for their beauty, and they received an inheritance among their brothers. an unusual occurrence in the culture of the time. The life of Job stands as a profound exploration of faith amidst suffering. His story delves into the complex questions of why the righteous suffer, the nature of God's justice, and the challenges of maintaining faith in the face of inexplicable hardship. Job's unwavering faith, even when he did not understand his circumstances, serves as a testament to the endurance of faith through trials and tribulations. Job's dialogues with his friends and his ultimate encounter with God offer profound insights into human suffering and divine sovereignty. The story suggests that human beings may not always understand the greater plans of God or the reasons behind the challenges they face. It emphasizes the importance of trust and faith in God, even when his ways are beyond human comprehension. The Book of Job, with its poetic grandeur and deep philosophical questions, remains one of the most profound pieces of literature in the Bible. It confronts the reader with the realities of human suffering and the mysteries of divine providence. The story of Job does not provide easy answers. Instead, it invites contemplation and faith in the midst of life's deepest struggles. Job's story ends with him living to a very old age, seeing his children and their children to the fourth generation, dying old and full of days. His journey from prosperity to adversity and back to prosperity again, while maintaining his integrity and faith, offers a powerful message of hope and resilience. In summary, the story of Job is a compelling narrative about a man who, despite losing everything, remained steadfast in his faith. His story is a testament to the enduring human spirit and the profound mysteries of faith in the face of suffering. It challenges readers to consider their own beliefs about suffering, divine justice, and the nature of God's involvement in the world. Through Job's experiences and the dialogue between him, his friends, and God, the story invites a deeper understanding of faith, resilience, and the sovereignty of God in the complexities of life.